hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Borbona.
Just like that.
What
Okay.
episode is this?
I don't know.
I think it's 226.
All right.
I think
227.
227.
226. See? Now I've covered the base. I covered the grounds.
Right.
I got a sound bite for whatever episode it is. Whatever episode. I've said them both. You know what? 228. Fuck it. I gotta spread it evenly.
See, this is the glory. This is the gloriousness of a pre-recorded. That's
No,
what I'm
you know,
saying.
it's so we can talk about this. It's
Yeah,
funny
We'll
because
talk about it, but I'm going to start with the intro real quick.
start with the intro.
All right, Mastodon Podcast episode 226.
Insert
Mastodon
episode number here.
Podcast episode 227. No. Yes, we appreciate everybody that's going to be checking out the premiere. Make sure you guys jump in the live chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and make sure you also turn notifications on. So every time we either drop a premiere or we go live, you guys will be right there with us. So if you don't find us on your favorite audio podcast platform, Berto.
Join the Discord. Join the Discord and harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform.
That is it. And stay off the subway.
Stay off the set. Dude,
Stay out of the subway in New York City.
the subway has always been a dangerous place.
Yes.
But lately, the odds, it used to be that you have to worry about, like, you know, break dancers possibly, like, you know, kicking you during one of their sets. Homeless people sleeping on your shoulder, possible loose farm animals, people moving furniture, you know, dangerous things like that. But now, ever since that one guy choked that guy on the train, it's been going crazy. This is why you
Yo.
can't set precedents like this. This is why I said when your boy, what was his name?
Daniel Penny?
Yeah, Daniel. When your boy Danny choked that dude on the train, I said, well, listen, while I'm not 100% against what happened, you know, we got to draw the line somewhere because of things like this. Now, there's people setting people on fire on the train.
Yeah. Nah, but people are getting set on fire and things like that because nobody is doing what Daniel Penny did. We need a couple more people throwing some rear naked chokes out there on these crazy people that are threatening to everybody.
Okay. Yeah, so we should have, yeah, okay. Now, I can totally see this angle.
You see
You're
what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need to crank up the vigilante.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we need.
No.
You think we should move? What's that kid who shot that guy during the protest in I forgot what state it was. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah,
Rittenhouse
you
or
think
whatever.
we should bring him in the subway, have him roaming around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, 100%. We need a few of him.
What
A few of
happened?
him, a few Daniel Pennies.
If we get Kyle Rittenhouse and Daniel Penny to ride the L train,
Yeah.
It
We're
would-
going to let them start a set.
yeah. Oh my God, forget about it. Bring the Proud Boys in.
Yeah.
I don't know why that made me think of that. I don't know why that the whatever way that's where my mind was steering that conversation.
No.
Anyways, what happened with somebody was set on fire on a New York City subway?
Yeah. A woman.
This was thank you, Spaz. Spaz posted this in the Discord under the recommended topics. He posted one of the articles when this happened. So another reason to join the Discord and stay, you know,
Yeah.
informed on what we're going to talk about. But go ahead. Do you know the
Yeah.
story? If not, I can pull up the article. And obviously, I don't know it either.
Yeah. No.
I
it's-
know that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, it was allegedly a man that entered the country illegally in 2018.
Migrant?
Yeah. And he was deported.
Disgusting.
He was deported under previous administration and then got back in with our current fearless leaders. And yeah, ended up doing something crazy. Set some woman on fire. Some woman that was like commuting on a subway.
So was this
Something
guy
like
just
that.
crazy? Do we know like the motivation behind this?
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't imagine what the motivation could be to set someone on fire.
She was a sleeping woman. She was sleeping.
Dude, I don't know what he put on her, but like the videos, it's disturbing, dude.
And there's a video of a cop walking past her while she's on fire.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people walking by as she's on fire. I don't know. It don't even look real to me. It looks like AI shit or something. She's like standing there just on fire, dude. Like I'm not talking about on fire like where you could still tell it's a person.
She's like engulfed in
She's
flames.
standing up, dude. She's standing up and she's like turning to ash.
Jeez.
It was insane. I don't know what he put on her, but it was terrible.
The article that was posted in the Discord from the Times of India. Yeah. It says the outrage over New York City subway's horror in which a sleeping woman was set on fire continued on Monday after the accused was charged as social media users claimed that the NYPD police walked by the victim without helping her as the victim continued to burn and flame. Which is, it continues to say the graphic video of the incident surfaced in which the woman can be seen burning. An NYPD officer can be seen walking by, but is not yet confirmed whether he was a part of the response group or whether other measures were already going on to douse the fire. So maybe he wasn't there for that call. Maybe he was there for another call, and that's why he walked past her. But but the question lies here. It's like, what's the expectation? Is the expectation that the guy, I guess it is, right? That he jumps on her and kind of fucking tries to smother the flames? Or are we past that point and we're like, let it burn, you know? Because I think with the houses, there's a point where they're just like, all right, we can't do much. Like if he was a firefighter, right? And the firefighter comes to your house, is there a point where they say, hey, there's not much we could do about this fire, let it burn?
It seemed that way because I'm telling you, I saw the video and the cop walks by in the video, but it's just the craziest extent to which I've seen somebody in that condition.
Like on fire.
Yes. It was terrible.
I seen the pictures. It looks like a movie scene.
Yo, dude, when it's actually moving, it's crazy. And people are just filming it. It's strange. But then again, I don't know what he put on her. Maybe he put some kind of toxic thing on it, and there was direction to not, touch the substance that was used as an accelerant. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably was at a quinceañera the night before. He got a bunch of sternals, the empty leftover sternals. Put all that jelly together. You get that jelly on somebody, and that's not going out. There's not enough stop, drop, and rolling you're gonna do to put out that jelly.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's like predator blood.
I don't even know it must be something like that. I don't even know what's in there.
Dude, I worked with a guy once. I ever tell you this story?
No, that fucked with the jelly from the sternal?
Dude, I worked with a guy one time.
I haven't even heard the story. I know it's gonna be good.
I worked with a guy one time and we worked in a kitchen. So we used to do, we used to serve food. We also used to do kind of events for people that were there, like management, stuff like that at times. And we were doing this catering event there, and I'm working with this guy, and there are different stations, a carving station or whatever, and then there's areas with sternos that we had to keep replenishing the food. So he had the sterno on, and he was carving nearby. So he had the sternos, and one of them wasn't lit. So he goes to light it, but there's no lighter. So then he tries to light it by turning the sterno to the other sterno and like touching them together. Bro, that molten liquid leaked out and burned through the tablecloth, it was dropping through like layers of shit.
That's just like magma, dude.
Dude, it was liquid hot lava from the depths of the core of the earth. When I tell you, and it was just on fire. And then he like touched it, and the glove melted on his hand and went on fire too. And it was like, yo, then he grabbed he tried to scoop it with a plate, melted the plate. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And then all of that stuff, like the foam that he tried to scoop it with, then that melted to the tablecloth, that then melted to the table. So now it's creating all this like liquid hot fluff from like a peanut butter and fluff sandwich. It's just liquid melted styrofoam, and It was crazy. It was insane. And this is, mind you, in front of people that this event is happening at. This is in the service area.
This is by the carving station, right?
Yes.
That's crazy. This guy just fucking trying to calmly put out this like you can't put those fires out. How do you put that out?
No, you need that blanket from Instagram. You need you're not putting that thing out. Absolutely
I
not.
should have had that on the subway for this lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. That's right. We got off on making jokes about, but yo, it's crazy. I want to show it to you. I feel like I want to show it to you right now. Like,
Should I look it up?
actually, it might be kind of tough to find, but you know, I have it where I saw it.
Oh, the one I'm looking at right now, it's blurred.
Yeah, they kind of scrubbed it a little bit, but I can show you.
Oh my
I can
God.
show you the world.
It looks like there's just a fire in the subway.
Bro, I know.
The cop walks by, but it looks like a building fire. What's
Are
he
you
gonna do?
watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, do you see her taking like small steps, like moving in there? I'm like, this doesn't even look real to me.
What was that cop gonna do?
I don't know I don't know what I would expect him to do. I
Jump
really
on her
don't-
is the only thing.
But
Tell her to
just-
stop, drop, and roll. Shout commands.
Yeah, I think
Tell her to fucking put her hands on her head.
yeah. Oh my God.
Get on your knees.
Stop resisting.
Yeah, maybe that's
No.
what he should have told her.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you jump on her, right? That's the only thing you can do. You take your jacket off, try to put it on her.
Dude, she was so, I don't know, man. It looked like she was in like standby mode. Like her brain, she had already checked out kind of.
What is up with all these like weird like attacks that are going on?
In the subways or
Not
just in
the
general?
subway in general. The guy, we're going to talk about it next, I guess. The guy with the Tesla truck that blew up the Tesla truck in front of the Trump building in Nevada.
Yeah, it was in Vegas. I don't know. He was military,
He was
Just like-
special forces.
special forces. And I think it was speculated he had a traumatic brain injury, if I remember. So he might have just been off.
Well, it was politically driven. They found like 2 letters too that he had written.
They always find these letters in these manifestos. I don't believe none of this shit, man. I don't believe any of it. I'm
They haven't
telling
even,
you.
but they haven't confirmed that it's that guy yet until the DNA comes back. But
I don't
they
believe
they
none of
believe
this.
it's him. He shot himself before they could figure out who it is, and the body's so burnt that
I don't believe it.
They're
I
waiting
think
for
they got
DNA.
rid of somebody's. I think they got rid of somebody's body in there. They threw Epstein's body in there. So they threw Diddy in there. Something. Check on Diddy.
Diddy's riding a motorcycle in prison right now, which is the funniest fucking video you'll ever see. If you guys haven't seen it,
Is it really
literally
him?
a video of Diddy on a Grom, a Honda Grom, in prison. He's got a gas-powered vehicle in prison. No, he's not in prison. He's in jail. In jail, he's got a gas-powered vehicle indoors. And there's a video of him just doing laps.
Is it really him though?
If you look at the video, first of all, what's somebody doing with one of those in jail?
I don't know, dude.
Second of all, it looks like him. There's a video of somebody who looks like Diddy riding a motorcycle. Bro, he's got a motorcycle in jail.
Damn, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't.
That just go, dude, if you got money, and I don't want to stray too far off of the Tesla truck guy.
Yes.
But it just goes to show you if you got money,
Sorry.
if you got money,
Yeah.
you could do whatever you want.
You do
They'll
whatever
still
you
put you in a box, but you could still like eat filet mignons and ride motorcycles.
Yeah, it's like Goodfellas. Remember that scene where he's making the sauce when he's in jail?
Nah,
You see that there? Oh yeah, when all the all the wise guys, they're in jail. It's like 4 of them, all doing time, and they have access to a kitchen, and they're making like Sunday sauce, and he's like slicing the
Mozzarella?
garlic with a razor
Oh.
blade. You know, and he's like, he would slice it with a razor blade, super thin. It would liquefy in the sauce. And that's what he would do. And they're just
Yeah,
making,
living it up.
bro. And Diddy got a bike. But I don't know if it's Diddy. I think we got to confirm that. I don't know. I'm going to look into that.
Real quick, I'll read an article from The Guardian, one of the most accurate pieces of journalism that exists, or one of the staples in the journalistic world.
It's biblical.
Yeah, 100%. The person who died when the Tesla Cybertruck packed with explosive burst into flames outside the hotel in Las Vegas, partly owned by Donald J. Trump. They should put President Donald J. Trump.
Put respect on his name, bro.
Was a highly decorated U.S. Green Beret who was deployed twice in Afghanistan, officials say. The driver and lone occupant of the electrical-powered Tesla Cybertruck that caught on fire and exploded, identified as Matthew Levensberg from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm not an idiot. I read that correctly. That one threw me off for a second. I said, uh-oh, did I fuck that up? So real quick, before we continue with the article. Cybertruck, possibly the worst car to use as like a car bomb because it's literally the only one that's made out of like fucking high-grade stainless steel.
Yeah.
It's probably the best car to keep like a self-contained bomb. Like it's the best car to like do the least amount of damage if you're gonna put a bomb in it.
Yeah, dude, it didn't even break the windows to the doors
Only one
Of the
side was
building.
blown out.
of the building.
Oh, it didn't break the windows of the
No,
building?
did you see the video?
I watched the video. It went
It
the
explodes
explosion-
directly in front of glass doors.
and but also the explosion went in the opposite direction. Like it went away from the building.
Yeah.
So I think the clean side was the side that's facing the building.
Mm. Yeah.
Because I
okay.
did see the side of the vehicle blown out. And it also could have been from the fire because I seen it post explosion. I watched a video from the explosion, but like it's engulfed in flames. But then you see the car like afterwards, it's like the whole side's blown out.
Yeah.
But it looks like the side that was facing like that was facing the other side, like the outside of the building.
yeah.
That was facing the same direction that the building was facing.
Okay, so the it's interesting. I wonder if that's the less structurally sound side of the vehicle, or it's just placement of whatever kind of mortars you saw the mortars like coming out of the explosion.
Dude,
This guy had fireworks in there and shit.
for a guy that put together like, to rig together this exploding car, you would think he would have did some research and found that for the last like 3 months, people have been on YouTube trying to shoot through this building, trying to shoot through this car,
Yeah.
like unsuccessfully, and said to himself, maybe get a Kia, maybe
Yeah.
get a Hyundai to do this in. Why do this in a car that's made out of metal?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was a little message to Elon.
No, he was better off. Dude should have did it in a metal Regal. You know what I'm saying? Than doing it in. I don't know. It's not the smartest choice in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I don't believe this one either.
No, okay, all right.
I don't believe this one either. I don't believe it. I don't believe this. I don't believe Luigi. There's a lot going on that I feel fishy about.
I'll continue reading the article and then we'll go back to the because I might put my tinfoil hat on today too.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being the other guy. Investigators discovered, like you said, the vehicle was packed with fireworks-style mortars, camping fuel, and gas containers. So I guess they just told us how to make a fucking car bomb. Shouldn't have put all that. That's a little too. That's a little explicit.
Right? A little too
Yeah,
informative.
maybe be a little more vague next time, Guardian.
They're like, click the link below to see exactly how to do it.
They say he allegedly had 2 legally owned firearms with him, and he was believed to have shot himself before the detonation. The body was burned beyond recognition, officials say. This is why they didn't really identify him until, I guess maybe they're saying it now, but they said, I remember the sheriff went on his press conference and said that they're not going to confirm until they get DNA evidence.
Okay. Fair enough.
The explosion caused minor injuries to 7 people, but virtually no damage to the Trump Hotel. They say that the attacker likely planned a more damaging attack, but the steel-sided vehicle absorbed much force from the crudely built explosive. Essentially confirming what I said. Should have picked a different fucking car.
Damn. And I feel like that was like a little shot at his bomb making ability.
Oh, 100%. They're saying he's a poor bomb
They're
maker.
like,
For a guy that spent so much time in Afghanistan, you figured he picked a couple things up. Damage from the blast was mostly limited to the interior of the truck because the explosion vented out and up. Did not hit the hotel doors just a few feet away, sheriff said. Yeah, the level of sophistication was not what we would expected from an individual with this type of military experience, said Kennedy Cooper, special agent in charge of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosive to ATF. All right, I won't continue to read from this article, but essentially it confirms what we were saying, that this guy, made this poorly built bomb, came in the worst car to, put a bomb inside of, and then did a poor job of exploding this. But I mean, it really comes down to what's the motivation behind this. And I think that what people are saying, and it's speculation at this point, because I don't think any of the media outlets have put out, what's happening, is that there were 2 letters found, and they think that this is all like politically motivated.
2 letters. So he wrote them kind of manifesto style.
I suppose. I haven't read the letters myself. I don't think they released them.
Interesting. But yeah, crazy time right now I feel like I have thoughts. I wonder if this stuff happens a little more than we're told about, but then they decide to show it all at once to kind of push some of that fear mongering.
You think that this is the thing, right? About like, and this is why I find like difficulties like believing some of like I'm using like quotes, like the conspiracy theories, is because we live in a world now where it's very difficult to hide certain things. And while I do believe that there is a little bit of hocus pocus going on in the background and some insider trading, it's like certain stuff, dude, a fucking car exploding is hard to keep off the fucking internet. Like people will just put it out. Like before any media puts it out, there's something there with a fucking iPhone that already threw it on his Instagram. When that airplane landed on the highway a couple weeks ago, there's like another one that crash landed a couple days ago. But
I think in Korea, right?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
That one like landed on the floor and it looks like it hit a brick wall or something because it just exploded.
Yeah.
I think one guy survived.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a millionaire off the book, he writes. Anyways, the second that plane went down, there was just footage of a plane on like the northern state or something like that. It's hard to keep these things like low key. That's my only issue with some of these like theories of like, this stuff happens all the time. We just don't know it. It's like, dude, Taylor Swift can't take a shit without us knowing about it. There's no way they're fucking hiding, explosions from us.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So then there's an uptick in this kind of crime.
Yeah. Look at the other guy. The guy, the New Orleans guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we could talk about that. I mean, if you want to leave leave New York already.
Yeah.
You want to leave New York already because there's this that other dude in Chelsea that pushed that guy onto the subway tracks.
Oh my God. Let's talk about the New Orleans guy, simply because he was also in the military as well, right?
That's right. He also was. I think he was National Guard, I want to say.
And this one seems to be politically motivated as well. Here's my thing about these politically motivated attacks. You're attacking the people, right? And when these politically motivated like attacks happen, they're usually in response of the people's discontent with what's going on in the political space. So you killing the people doesn't make any sense. Like it seems counterintuitive, right? To try to get the government's attention because you're not happy with what they're doing, and the way you get their attention is to attack the people. Not even necessarily possibly their constituents, because we're not saying. I'm not saying that these people you don't even know if these are the people who like voted for these people. You're just targeting random people, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody like any success behind any of these attacks. But
this guy's a little bit different to me because of his apparent being a member of ISIS.
Oh, I don't know about this. Can you tell people first, like, what happened, and then we could talk about like his a little bit about the guy's background?
Yeah. So, on New Year's Eve, I'm sure everybody's heard about it by now. On New Year's Eve, there was an attack, in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, where a person rented a car off of that app. What's that app called?
Turo.
Turo, yeah. Rents a car off of there and pickup truck, and then decides to drive it through a crowd of people on Bourbon Street on New Year's Eve in New Orleans. But his case a little bit different because they found he had an ISIS flag and he had apparently joined ISIS someone's prior.
How do you
to
join ISIS
that.
from America?
They have all kinds of online
It's a forum.
type of stuff. Yeah, it's crazy like that. Yeah, they were doing a lot of successful recruiting through Twitter and stuff like that. You don't remember like those 3 girls that chose to go over there
Yeah, I do remember
that time? Yeah. But I don't know. I guess the guy's just disgruntled. They were saying a lot about his life. I think he has been divorced twice. They showed his house. He did not have the best like living conditions. I think it was some kind of modular home or something like that they showed, but the guy was not doing well. But that's why you can't be out here telling men to act on their feelings every day.
Well, this guy killed at least 14 people.
Yeah.
This was a much more effective attack than the Tesla truck guy.
Yeah.
This is, and I haven't seen this since the guy who ran over all those people on the bridge. And was that Brooklyn? I forgot what bridge it was. It was somewhere in New York. Somebody like ran over a bunch of people. This guy, remember that U-Haul truck? I think it was.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't remember where that happened.
I thought it was in New York. This guy killed at least 14 people before he was then killed in a shootout with police.
Yeah. And I think I want to say they found some explosives in his vehicle, but his car crashed before he was able to get to the destination point where he wanted to
The article
set everything off.
You want me to read a little bit from the article?
Yeah, sure.
So CBS News says the man intentionally drove a pickup truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, French Quarter, in a deadly rampage early New Year's Day. At least 14 people were killed before the attacker died in a shootout with police, officials say. Dozens of officers were injured in the attack. A black ISIS flag was flying from the truck's rear bumper, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation called the attack an attack of terrorism. The man driving the vehicle has been identified as, I'm going to have a tough time with this one, Shamsuddin Jabber. Was this always
Jabbar?
Jabbar, excuse me. Jabber. Listen to me. Jabbar. Yeah. Is that his new name, or was that always his name?
I don't know.
Because if that was always his name, this guy should have been on a one-on-one that he didn't know about. Somebody should have been watching this guy. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure there's nothing to do with the name. 42, a U.S. citizen from Texas. Oh, from Texas?
Yeah,
Houston. Damn.
I think he's from Houston.
Yeah, they're not getting annexed anytime soon now. The FBI said they say that Jabbar posted videos on social media indicating that he was inspired by ISIS, expressing his desire to kill. Wow. The vehicle was an electric Ford pickup truck that appears to have been rented. He rented the truck December 30th when leaving Houston area before heading to New Orleans. FBI Deputy Assistant Director Christopher said at a news conference on Thursday that the attack was an act of terrorism. It was a premeditated and evil act, he stated. All right, that seems like we got the juice out of the article. They're trying to drag me along, repeating things. That's the thing about these articles. You get to a certain point where they're not saying anything else anymore.
No, it's just keyword stuffing.
Yeah.
It's just keyword stuffing in a smarter way.
They're keeping me engaged.
Yeah.
But there's not really anything new being revealed.
Yeah. And it's keyword stuffing to make it just, pop up SEO wise.
Mhm.
They just jam the same headline in there 14 times throughout the story. But either way, it's a crazy thing. Go ahead.
Real quick before I close out, you mentioned the possibility of explosives on the vehicle. On Thursday, they found more details on explosives, saying that the FBI bomb techniques found 2 functional IEDs in cooler air in the area. Jabbar was seen placing these devices in surveillance footage. They stated both devices were rendered safe, and 2 other items were determined to not be IEDs. He said,
Look at that.
So this guy was out placing, unsuccessful or poorly built or he was placing items around town before he even committed his attack. Crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What is going on?
I don't know, and it's the timing of all of it is nuts. We're about to have a new president. I don't know. I don't like the timing.
But when you look at like these attacks, you got like what I said before. there these things have happened before and never have yielded the results that the people wanted, like that these attackers wanted. Like they never are successful in the ways that they aspire these attacks to be successful in. I think that they're looking for change, they're looking for this or that, and they never yield those results. So why continue doing them? It has to show that these people are just crazy and that they're not really like. I don't believe that there's like this big movement of people behind them. I think that they're like plotted independently and just crazy people who think that they're gonna do this and it's gonna like they're gonna be they're going to be praised the way Luigi's praised. And I think that that's one of the difficult things about praising Luigi. I think like it's funny that we make these jokes about Luigi, and I think it's super funny that they're doing paintings of him like on Jesus's body and shit like that. Well, I think it's funny. I think it's also dangerous, right? Because it almost adds a little bit of validity to these attacks. These people possibly think that they're going to be held as like a martyr or as like it's like a vigilante, a Batman figure who's not even not vigilante. That's the wrong word. But they'll be held as like, I can't think of the appropriate word, but somebody who's like the first person to start this change that they're looking for, and it doesn't happen. It never happens. I don't think it's going to happen to Luigi. I think Luigi's probably going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Even if he's the guy, if he's not the guy, if he was set up, no matter what, I think he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail, similarly to all these other people who have done these attacks, and they're going to spend the rest of their life in jail. And then we're never going to talk about them again. We talked about the guy in Brooklyn who ran all those people over. We don't even remember where it was. No one knows that guy's name anymore. He ran a 2-week cycle, and now he's spending the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah, I think what I truly feel is that there is no real goal. I think the goal is to inflict violence. That's the goal. And what happens is when you join a community, like if he really did join that group, ISIS or whatever, if he did, I mean, a lot of the goal becomes just to harm people that see things differently. And when you have a mentality like that, the goal is exactly what he did. Now he's a martyr. He died in, during whatever kind of, term there is for the kind of attack that he committed. And he's going to get, in his mind, he thinks he's going to yield positive results from doing that.
But that's my thing. It's like none of them have ever yielded any positive results.
It's not results in this world. It's results in the next world, which is why it makes that ideology so bulletproof. There's no proof if what you're doing, there's nobody that's ever come back to say, yo, that ain't real, bro. Don't do that. You don't get all that stuff they tell you get when you get on the other side. If you die in service or you die in some kind of attack like this.
Yeah.
Nah. So it's a bulletproof ideology.
That's crazy. Have you seen those videos that are like going around online? There's this YouTuber who is currently I believe he's in Afghanistan or Iraq. He's in somewhere in the Middle East, and he's effectively like, he's not joining the Taliban, but he's kind of joining the Taliban. He's doing like a documentary. He's a journalist, and he is joining the Taliban. He's got like a Taliban Connect, I guess. And he's been going around with the Taliban, like doing more and more stuff with them. And like, it's funny because he starts off like wearing like, like regular clothes. And they're like, oh, we're going to put you in a little something more traditional. And then the next day he's like, you know what? The Talibs, like they all wear like that vest. He's like, we need to get you a vest. And then they put him in the vest. And then like, it's little by little, he's becoming like more and more like indoctrinated into this, like, and you can see it in the video. He consistently says like things in the video. He's like, oh, I'm one of them now. And then he cuts and says like, I'm not one of them. This is a documentary. I'm a journalist. Like, I'm only doing this. He goes, I love America. I love America. I love America. And he goes back to like this character. And he's like, it's very interesting.
So who's doing this? It's an independent content creator online?
It's an independent content creator on YouTube. I think his name is Arab.
He knows he's not going to make it out of this, right?
So I think he's only putting them out when he got back here.
Oh.
Like when it's all over, like that's when he edited them all. Because they're long videos. They're like hour long.
Do you think they're real?
Oh, they're real.
You think so?
This dude's in the mountains with rocket launchers and shit like that. He's running up and seeing checkpoints with dudes with 50 cals on top of Toyota Tacomas and shit. You know what I'm saying? This dude's,
Wait a minute.
and yo, honestly, everybody seems super nice over there. Every time he runs into people, they see him, they're like, yo, what are you doing here? They come, they take pictures and let him hold their guns and shit.
Get out of here. You kidding me?
It's crazy. They're inviting him into their shops. They're feeding him. They're refusing to take his money. They're happy to have him there. I'm not saying, I don't know. Seems like a group of very nice people, dude. You know how they get you? They're like, the word Talib just means student. It's like, aren't you a student of God? You're a student. You're consistently learning, right? And they're like, I'm a fucking student. Yeah. And they're like, so you're a Talib. Yeah. Yes, you're one of us. It's like, I'm watching this video and I'm like, I'm a fucking Talib too. I'm a fucking student. I'm learning shit. Dude, I'm going to look it up right now.
Wow. I got to check this out because now I'm intrigued if he's really, because that's way different. I mean, you've seen all the street culture stuff, people getting in and getting interviews and stuff like that, and like crazy project buildings and stuff, and like neighborhoods that you can't really go in by yourself. But this is next level.
Yeah, the guy's name, like I said, is Arab, A-R-A-B. That's the name of the channel. He's currently on episode 4. Episode 1 got 1.7 million views, and it's called Inside the Operations of the Taliban. And then episode 2 is called Invited to Join the Taliban. Episode 3 is called A Young Taliban Trained Me for War. Or
What?
The Young Taliban Trained Me for War. And then episode 4, which was released 11 days ago, is Stranded on the Silk Road with the Taliban. So,
Oh my God.
dude, it's crazy is that one of the Taliban guys who's like bringing him around, who seems to be like the top G of like their crew,
Yeah.
is, dude, you wouldn't even know. This guy he has no accent at all. His English is perfect. He seems like he grew up in LA.
But he's the plug to get in.
He's the guy, and he seems like he's got the vest, you know what I'm saying? So he's one of the guys for sure. And he seems like all the other guys are listening to him.
What vest? What? A vest is like a flag over there?
You ever seen the videos of Taliban? They all got like a green like military vest with a bunch of pockets and shit on it. Looks like
Okay.
they're going fishing.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
like one of those bait and tackle vests.
Yeah.
He's got one of those on. I think that's one of their things.
That signifies that like you're with the set. It's like a biker jacket.
Exactly.
It's like a biker vest.
That's my interpretation.
Something like that. Okay.
That and the AK-47 he carries around.
Okay.
So that guy, he's very nice guy in those videos. Very nice guy. But he doesn't even have, like, when he speaks English, it's perfect.
Really?
He seems like American and like he went there. I don't know. It's like I haven't found too much about him, but he's like American.
Well, I think that's not uncommon at this point.
He looks like he's from there.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I wish we had a producer here because I'm pretty sure Osama bin Laden was educated in America.
I think you're right. I think he had British education.
Yeah, something like that. He had some kind of
Which would
Western
make
world.
sense,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's crazy when they're infiltrating locally and stuff. It's damn. So wow, I gotta check that out. That sounds.
I'm not
crazy.
done with it yet. I haven't watched all the episodes because it's like
He finished the whole series.
I don't know. It's they're up to episode 4. I don't know if it's, and I haven't finished it myself, so I don't know if episode 4 is. It's not the end. He's stranded right now on the Silk Road with the Taliban.
Get outta
episode
here.
4.
I gotta
But,
check that out.
And they're getting like less views. Like the first one got 1.7, and the next one got like 700,000. And I think it's because it's not what people thought it was going to be. Like it's not these guys just beheading people. And I'm
No,
not saying
it's-
that they're a good organization. That's what they're. It's like the North Korea thing, right?
You think the viewership is down because the content's not what they thought it was going to be?
In my opinion, it's like when you see the videos of people getting tours around North Korea.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, there's nobody starving here. This looks like, it's like, that's not what people came to see. People came to see people eating rats and shit, you know? They want to see these guys beheading people. They want to see anarchy. And, you know, they're giving this guy the red carpet treatment, in my opinion, it would only be in their benefit, right? To present themselves as not an extremist organization, to present themselves as just people who, want peace in the world and, do believe that women should be allowed to speak and, so on and so forth. It's not in their best interest to present themselves as, as what the world might perceive them to be. And it's the same thing like when you like I keep comparing it to North Korea because when you see like the videos in North Korea, it's like you see like fake storefront, like
Yeah.
they're not real stores, and people are like they're like people are hired actors to act like they're in the street enjoying themselves. But when you see actual footage of North Korea, whether it be from like drones or people who sneak in cameras, it's like, you know, it's like a deserted city, that most of the people are in the outskirts of the major city, and you look at these huge apartment buildings and there's only like 2 or 3 lights on.
Okay, so what you're leaning toward the fact that this is like a propaganda film or something like that for the Taliban?
I think that not necessarily that this is a propaganda film, but I think that they'll if they let people in, they're not going to show them like where all the doors are. You know what I'm saying? They're going to show them
Yeah.
what they want the world to perceive them as.
Okay, true. So you believe that those traffic numbers could be true based on the videos not being what people would imagine them to be.
Yeah, I think that
So-
when people watch them, they're not necessarily looking to be educated on, the good side of the Taliban. They
Do
want to
you-
see.
Do you think it's possible that maybe Google and YouTube are, throttling that video a little bit because it might show the Taliban in a good light?
Um,
Do you think that's possible?
I guess it's possible. I guess that it'd be impossible for me to know. So it'd be crazy for me to say that's impossible. Yeah, it is possible. But I think that like things like, dude, it's when something's big, I think it's difficult to fucking wrangle down.
Well, on that platform you can. It's been done.
Yeah.
You'll find it elsewhere. Maybe you could find it on Reddit and stuff like that. But
yeah, he posts his videos on he's like sponsored by like one of those like website like channels, Taboo TV,
mm,
where he posts like uncensored content and stuff like that.
I bet you that there's tons of views on that one.
Maybe.
I'd like to see the numbers
Probably
on
not. It's
that.
behind a paywall.
I'd like to see the numbers on that.
It's behind a paywall. To think it was going to get more views on there than YouTube is crazy.
But I mean, proportionately for other videos behind a paywall.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it would. I'm sure that it's probably got traffic, but I'm
It could
curious.
be being throttled by Google.
I just don't
It's
believe
not-
anything.
It's not a thought that came to my mind, but yeah, I guess it's definitely possible that they don't want stuff like that online. I don't know. I truly don't know. I think more likely they're like before they throttle things, they like demonetize it, right?
I'm sure it's already demonetized.
I don't know. I wonder.
Yeah, we wouldn't know that. Only he would know that.
Yeah.
But
Why put it out?
because he probably gets, drives traffic to his paywall.
Yeah.
It might be the same, just like a shorter version of the video that's available on the behind the paywall.
Mhm.
But maybe he's got some other parts of the, of what he's seen behind the paywall.
Yeah, possibly. But
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause-
I don't even know how we got into this, but it's they're super interesting videos. And
Yeah,
it's
they're-
we were talking about how people were getting recruited
Yeah.
by like these.
Oh yeah,
organizations.
and
This guy's fucking volunteered. He put himself on a plane.
yeah, man, it's crazy. Guy was they said he was in like real poor financial condition. In terms of his divorces and all that kind of stuff.
I don't know. You want to get into little brighter topics?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
We got to talk about that guy pushing people onto the subway. But before we talk about that,
Yeah.
I've been watching the new Squid Games. Have you seen it?
Is it a series?
Yeah, you have. Did you watch the first one?
No, I didn't. I don't think I finished it. Did I finish it? Yeah, I think I did finish it. How does it end? He gets out, and then it seems like it's going to start again at the end or something.
He wins money. I don't want. Fuck! I just ruined it for everybody else. The first one. Well, the second one's out. So
I think. Yeah, I forget, but I don't know. It wasn't really. I gotta watch it. Maybe I'll start it again.
it was good.
Go ahead.
It was good. A lot of It
I
was
remember
well
a lot
received.
of it. I remember a lot of it.
And it was well received by people. People liked it. They were talking about it. There was a bunch of merch. Funko made 1 million pops, off of them.
Yeah.
So it was well
That
received.
song became a TikTok sensation.
And it's what makes it even bigger is that it's not an American show. It's not shot in English. When stuff like that takes off, it's just genuinely good, right? When you get a dubbed show, a subbed or a dubbed show that blows up, it's like, man, this must be really good because I think that people are less likely to watch something that's subbed or dubbed.
Did you like it? You enjoyed the
new season?
The first one.
I enjoyed the first.
You thought it was good, like really good,
good.
like regardless, you watched it, liked it.
I watched it. I liked it. I thought it was shot well. It's like one of those shows where you just want to keep watching it. Like sucks you in. I'm known by my friends as having shitty taste in media though. So, I'm a Kid Cudi fan. I'm a Kid Cudi fan, as Justin likes to remind people. So some of the stuff I like is a bit depressing.
Yeah.
But
I remember it being good. I just don't remember if I finished it. I remember the old man. I remember a dude beating the brakes off a chick in that show. Did that happen? Big dude with like snake tat or something like that. He was like the first villain in the.
Maybe is a guy beating up women? Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I think, and then I think he beat up like another dude, and then I think
might have been a woman being smacked. I don't know if she was getting beat up all the time.
No, it was like one confrontation that he had, just wrecking people. Like I think he like threw her to the ground and like beat up some dude, something like that. I remember little bits and pieces of it, but not really. Yeah, not really that noteworthy.
You know what I thought was interesting is that
What?
there wasn't like a bunch of outrage sparked because of the transgender character that was introduced in this new Squid Games.
They don't have one of those in there.
Oh, yes, they do. And she's there to get money to finalize her transition.
That I don't believe you. Is that for real? That's really a character on it?
There's a character, yeah. And this is a Korean show where we have so much influence. I'm like, USA, USA. I don't know. But they're not hiding her as like, this is the character. That's what's happening. It's not like they're trying to pull the wool over you, Is that fair? Is that am I a bigot for saying that? Don't cancel me. I'm just simply illustrating.
No, I'm just wondering
how this is happening. I support.
I'm just wondering what is behind putting one of those people in every single piece of information. Every piece of entertainment now. I don't get it. I feel like the next Batman's going to be in a wheelchair or some shit. Like, yo, not everybody needs to be in every single thing. Like what relevance would that have to the story? I guess that's the motivation for the money.
Yeah, because everybody has a reason that they're there and they're willing to sacrifice their life for this money.
Interesting.
And this person's, and I really empathize for her story, honestly.
Yeah.
She never felt like she was, accepted.
Well, that's not going to help her.
Well, she wants to finalize her transformation so that she could become who she believes she is.
But somebody needs to talk to her and tell her that's probably not going to help her. And she's going to feel the same anyway afterwards.
Well, no, because I don't want to ruin the show for people, but she's got a plan for when she wins that money or what she's going to do. And you know what? Sounds pretty solid.
All right. I got to check it out. I'll check it out.
I feel like she's going to be happy. Also, I feel like that side of the world's been cutting edge when it comes to these procedures. Let's keep it a stack. No, who's fucking with the Thailand ones? The Thailand, like their surgery game. They got factories out there. They're just turning out dime pieces.
Yeah, but you can't. Humans aren't clay.
No,
you might be able
not.
to get as close as you can. It's just things that ain't gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? There's things that aren't gonna rock. And yo, these are experiments.
Oh, 100. I don't know what's gonna happen.
You
in
know
50
this
years.
110%, right?
Dude.
These are experiments that these surgeons and these doctors are doing. They're doing public experiments.
Dude, they're pulling out pieces of your forearm and building you a. It's crazy. I watched an Instagram reel. I don't even know why they keep feeding me this stuff. I think it's rage bait. When this man was talking about his first experience, like standing up peeing, and how it was like euphoric. And I was like, man, they strapped a to this guy. Like they make penises. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I think the vagina one, not as impressive.
Yeah, but they're taking parts of your colon and making a vagina out of it. Parts of your butthole, bro.
Yeah, I think
it's because the skin is the only skin that resembles that kind of labia, like the labia skin.
Yeah, commonly referred to as the bussy. That's what the kids are calling it nowadays. Just in case you didn't know, the trending words for these kind of things, they call it bussy, and I think that means don't quote me because I'm not young and I'm simply just repeating what I read online. I think that stands for boy pussy.
Well, they sure are flipping that thing around.
Yeah, some people say the bussy's fire.
Nah, I saw a testimony from someone that was a detransitioner that said that the colon they used to make her that, it always smelled like butthole. It never stopped smelling like a culo.
Well, it's like shark. You gotta like let it soak in vinegar before you fucking fry it up. Everybody knows that. You got that because if not, you don't get that urine out of because the shark pees through its fucking skin. You gotta let that shark marinate in vinegar first. Everybody knows the colon. She's probably one of the fucking pioneers of the game before they discovered that. And it's very unfortunate, but because there's nothing they can do at this point. What's done is done. That's gonna smell like a butthole forever. I know what she's talking about. I've been there. You know, you're scrubbing, but it's still like a weird, like, that's still asshole if I had to fucking pick it up out of a lineup. Lucky for her, they're close enough that hopefully people just assume that, it's a passing win from a neighbor. It's just, it's like, is that you with the fire outside? No, my neighbor's burning it. Oh, okay. It's nice. Smells like burning wood. But with hers, it's butthole. It's asshole they smell. I don't know how much we're going to keep of this.
We're keeping this whole thing. It's going behind the paywall.
It's so crazy to me. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
What's so crazy? Yo, I like how we're going.
I don't want to fucking talk about this anymore. It's going to be unusable. We talk about this all the time too. It's just impressive. We can cure cancer. It's crazy that we're sculpting dicks out of forearm muscle, but we can't fucking cure cancer. Out of line blood cells, we can't get these guys in line. Sickle cell, 100%. I can cure sickle cell. That one seems like a simple one. If I just take all your blood out and give you new blood, it fixes the fucking shape of those things. No? Why can't they fix sickle cell? Talk to me about sickle cell. How come they can't fix that? Because if I just give you all new blood, it's got the right shape ones in there. No?
Yeah, the problem is that
Tell me.
The problem is that I believe the issue is the replenishing of those cells because you get new blood cells all the time. They go bad. They kind of like hit their expiration date after X amount of time and they have to be replaced. So the ones that are replacing them are coming out damaged.
Yeah, they're cocked.
Yeah, but it's very funny. Yeah, if it was just like an oil change and you just had to go in and just get a little oil change like every 6 months, or something like that, it would make sense if it was all external where the blood was coming from, but it's not.
They would fix sickle cell. You know why they don't fix sickle cell? They would fix it. They could fix it.
You know what'll make them fix it?
Yeah. If fucking Hunter Biden got it. If Hunter Biden got it, it fucking fixed that shit in 24 hours. They would have a mandated vaccine that went out and everybody would have to take it.
You wouldn't be able to work
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to work.
unless you got the sickle cell vax. You can't eat here. You cannot eat here unless you show us that you've been sickle cell vaxxed.
Mm-hmm. And don't worry, there'll be a booster. There'll be
Yeah.
a booster.
There'll be a booster, is right.
I love how they use that as like an insult now online. It's like, you're probably fucking vaccinated, aren't you?
Yo, the ones I see all the time is like, yeah, all right, sure. The Bidens aren't corrupt. Psh, I bet you're triple vaxxed. They're like, you're triple boosted. There's
Okay.
been studies that have shown that there's a direct correlation with a decrease in IQ the more a person has been boosted.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you can judge someone like the more boosters somebody has, the dumber they are. That kind of thing. It's like a direct correlation.
That must be something to do with lower IQ and like being more subservient, maybe. Right?
I was believable, huh?
No, that's not true.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm just saying that that's a good way to tell if someone's an idiot. If somebody comes to you and tells you they've been boosted 4 times, I think our entire relationship can end right now.
Moron.
Yeah, I'm good. There's no need for me to talk to you anymore.
When you first said it, I was like, fuck, I'm fucking vaccinated. What the fuck?
Well, shit, I got vaccinated too in the beginning. You know?
We had no choice.
Yeah. Well, I got it before it wasn't a choice. I got it when it was presented as an option
Okay.
for certain, things. Like certain people were able to get it sooner.
Yeah.
And they made it like, damn, I was like, wow, look at that. Thank you guys.
I got it.
And then all the shit started happening when they started forcing people to
Who'd
get
you
them.
get?
The Pfizer gang, bro.
I'm Pfizer too, right? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm Pfizer. My shorty got Moderna though, because we got kids. I can't be fucking rolling the dice having 2 fucking Pfizers in the house. In
Yeah.
40 fucking years, when I shit the bed, I don't need her fucking both going down.
Yeah,
You know? But I tell you what, none of us got the other one. What's the other one? Who was the other one that putting out Phillips? Who was it? Who was the other guy? They put out somebody trying to
Samsung.
fucking, yeah, Samsung. Who was the other fucking Nokia that
That
tried to
was-
put out the one jab? They were like, our jab is better. It's only one. Who was it?
Johnson and
Johnson & Johnson. Dudes couldn't even fucking make talcum powder.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they're in the fucking, whoever took that, they're definitely growing fucking.
Bro, all these companies that developed those vaccines were given immunity to any kind of litigation or anything that happens afterwards.
Yeah, well, listen, we were in a crisis, man. We were in a crisis. We were
Yeah.
led to believe we were in a crisis.
Yeah.
People were definitely, I don't know, we definitely can't talk about this, but people were dying.
Oh yeah, people
A
were
lot of people died.
100%. Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah, people were dying for sure. For sure. I just think I don't know, it was weird. It was weird because then one day everybody just stopped.
Do you think everybody who was gonna die died?
Yeah. I think everybody that was gonna go is gone. From that,
This is gonna sound like an insensitive comment, but I have a question.
ask away.
Do you, a lot of people died, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't really put a dent in the population, right? Like nothing happened as a result of us missing all these people, right?
No.
What? So
Elections were still won. You know, a lot of those folks from beyond the grave still were able to, do their civic duty and put in their ballot.
well, everybody knows that, you can vote 2 years post rigor mortis.
Yeah, but so I don't know if it did put any. There's still, there was no decrease in traffic. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like what were all these people doing? Because
Driving during COVID was interesting.
because there was nobody on the road.
There was nobody on the road.
Bro, you know what's crazy is I wasn't leaving much before COVID. I was pretty much at like a basement dweller, and which made the COVID transition pretty easy for me because I wasn't going anywhere. But I don't think I left the house at all during the COVID era. I don't remember leaving that much. We continued the show because the show must fucking continue.
Yeah, show must go
But
on.
we were quarantined together,
Yeah, did I give you COVID?
100%.
I
Alive
didn't.
on air, you gave it to me.
I gave you COVID.
100%. You gave me COVID live. I remember the day you were like, I'm not feeling well. I think I got COVID. And I was like, the show must continue. And I want everybody to know people were dying at an alarming rate. And to keep this show going, I knew Justin had COVID. And I said, for whatever reason, fuck it.
We were like, yeah, you won't get it.
Yeah, I got a video of me and my boy when I had COVID who came over to play video games with me. And he's 15 feet away from me. And I'm on a computer and he's on a computer. And I'm positively known to have COVID and my boy's hanging out. It's like, so some of us took it a little more seriously than others. But I don't remember leaving that much.
Yeah. I had gone places. It was weird. Did you go out to eat or anything during COVID? Did you go?
Now, I remember seeing like the weirdish, like, dude, in hindsight, like these pictures are crazy. I remember taking a video in the Chinese food restaurant where they just had like shower curtains dividing like the register area from like the front. And they had just cut out like little windows in these shower curtains and they had like tape and they would just rip the tape back and take your money through there and like close it back up. And then somebody would walk out the shower curtain to do deliveries. And I'm like, it looked like a movie.
Yeah.
And all the videos of people wearing the most ridiculous shit as like PPE. There's like people wearing Halloween costumes. There's people like wearing, remember those blow up Halloween costumes, like the dinosaurs? People doing their grocery shopping in those things. People wearing Tampaxes or whatever the fuck they're called, like over their faces. Like, people were just making masks with whatever they had. They're wearing scarves. The fact that we all wore masks in general for 2 years is crazy when you see pictures. Dude, when you see pictures of us hanging out and being out at places and we're all wearing masks.
Yeah. It's one of the craziest times in like human existence ever. And for our lifetimes, absolutely. Absolutely. That was insane, bro. Do you remember how, you had to wear a freaking mask when you stood up in the restaurant? When you sat down, you could take it off.
How insane was that?
It was crazy. I said, this cannot be real. everybody's walking around with handwritten cards saying that they are not the contaminated.
Dude,
little handwritten cards.
People were on airplanes getting thrown off of airplanes because they weren't putting their mask up in between like bites.
Yeah. Bro, they were throwing people off because they couldn't keep a mask on a 2-year-old.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They were making you leave the airplane.
I had a small
I'm like,
child
that
at
kid
time,
should have
too.
left the airplane a while ago, but it's not because of the mask.
No, it's
Because the unruly crying.
Yes.
Just kidding.
It is insane, that stuff that we did. You know what makes it crazier, though? Is that none of it was real, right? It wasn't true. Like, the masks don't help.
No. 6 feet was made up. It's now well documented that Anthony Fauci said himself he made that up, the 6-foot rule. He just came up with it.
But there's always been a distance thing when it came to like
droplet precautions,
yes,
that kind of thing. And it's typically something like that. But, there was no proof that would help at all.
Not with this virus.
Yeah.
It maybe if they would have said that it helps for TB, there would have been like a little bit of validity, right? But because this is something this is like no man's land, how could they possibly say 6 feet is a thing?
Yeah. So this is the point that a lot of that, there was no proof with a lot of the stuff they did. Now, I know, just quick disclaimer. I know we're talking about COVID and stuff, but it's important to reflect on this time because we can never forget that this happened.
Never
so
forget.
Every now and then you got to talk about this.
Well, they blew the load on COVID because you see that when they try to hit us with the monkeypox return, nobody gave a fuck.
Get the hell out of here.
Fuck.
No.
It's going to be, they better hope there's nothing crazy comes out.
Yeah. No, the crazy thing is that when it came to COVID, the majority of the stuff that you saw it die down. It went like this and then it died down and they tried to tie it to the vaccine. It wasn't a vaccine. It was just, like I said, those people had already gotten it, had already gotten sick, had already died, a lot of them. So everybody left over was fine. Because I didn't get it the whole time that I was around it all the time. I didn't get it till later on. It was a holiday party.
We were throwing fight parties at my house.
Yeah. Do you remember that Cuomo the governor of New York at the time, was saying to monitor your neighbors and call authorities if there's a larger gathering than like 11 people or whatever the number was he created. He wanted people to, the last time we've heard of that happening?
They were putting stars on people.
Correct, my friend. And tatting
You
some
see
digits.
something, say something.
Tatting some digits on you. Stay calm.
Yeah.
Like nobody even knows that was Holocaust propaganda. Keep calm and carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was. That was like Holocaust propaganda that they had. Like, it's fine. Like, while they're like collecting everybody, they're like, keep calm, everyone. Nothing's happening.
No worries. We're not
Yeah.
taking the Christians. Please
Yes.
come here. No need to be alarmed.
Yo, but that's the danger with that exact concept, because people allow that to happen when it's not them. And then one day it is you.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. And I felt like that was a lot of this stuff. There was so many parallels with what they were doing. Like you needed your papers to travel. You needed your papers to go places.
Remember, you used to have to carry around that stupid paper
Yeah.
card that some fucking mamau wrote on with
Yeah.
pen.
Yeah. Wrote it out.
And you couldn't remember the people who were going to jail for the fake ones. Remember
Yeah.
that there was like a PA who had made like a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
She had like 70,000 fake vaccine that she had
Yeah.
distributed.
Yeah, to be honest, man, I mean, what did they think was going to happen? There's still NPs and stuff, like nurse practitioners and doctors and stuff, that are losing their license for giving like fake vaccine cards, giving fake meds, like fake vaccinations for other diseases. Because that's what happened. This whole thing made the people that didn't appreciate the whole vaccination COVID mandate, made them skeptical of all vaccines.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people, I mean, myself, I've had to do research on certain ones. I'm like,
You start
why-
rethinking polio.
no, I start rethinking things like hepatitis B. Like, why are you giving a hepatitis B vaccine to a newborn? Like, within 15 hours of life, you're giving that kid a hepatitis B vaccine. There's 2 ways you contract hepatitis B: intravenous drugs and sex.
Can it be passed down?
No. Like, they check moms for all this stuff before they have the kids. No. So it's like, I don't understand why there's a need to expose such a brand new baby before we even know anything about the baby. Because you need to observe that kid for weeks, months, however long, to start to see the kid develop. You don't know what it is. You don't know what that shit is. A blank slate. When you get it.
Yeah, dude, even a couple months after my boy got schizophrenia, like 20 years old, he just churned up crazy.
Yeah. And
So
that's
trust
when
me.
it comes out. That's when it manifests. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So a couple
but-
months ain't enough.
yeah. So
By the time you start figuring shit out, it's too late to give it back. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, and it's like, we're giving things to kids, like, they pop out and for no reason they're smearing like antibiotic ointment in their eyes. Like, why are you already exposing them to antibiotics? This is a brand new baby.
Yeah, there's something with their eyes though when they
You know
come
what I'm
out.
saying?
There's something like some of this stuff. I'm sure that there's a rationalization that I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's
Because-
getting on the vaccination schedule, and that's a guaranteed customer every single time a new human comes into the world.
It's been going on for so long. I wonder. I mean, I'm sure there's a possibility, but there's like another thing. Vitamin K they give you. There's 2 shots you get when you're born. It's like, is it vitamin K and hepatitis?
I don't know, to be honest.
Is there a vitamin K?
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it is. Doesn't matter.
but it's, I think
I think we're well over the hour.
we are well over the hour. I guess I don't have to look this up.
See if there's anything that we didn't talk about that we wanted to talk about. Last topic,
What do you got?
because we're gonna cut some of this out anyways.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
But the New York State, we should have talked about this early. New
Yeah.
York State congestion tax that was recently implemented.
Yeah.
You want to touch on it? You want to give us what's the skinny? What's the skinny on the New York State congestion tax?
Yeah, so they're calling it congestion pricing, which
Oh,
to me is
excuse
just a marketing word. It's a marketing word because it is a tax. It's a toll, it's a tax. Back in the day, George Washington crossed to Delaware to go wipe out the government because they would charge him 3% tax on his tea.
Mhm.
All right. And now we're getting taxed left and right and getting hammered. But anyway, in New York City, the MTA in efforts to decrease traffic and to what they're saying, what the mayor said was fill a revenue hole because they need more revenue. The MTA, he said it himself. It is to make them, it's to make more money. And they're saying to decrease congestion and improve air quality. Okay. Since when do you give a shit about air quality in New York City? What are we talking about? So,
Your island is fading away.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And so now they're charging $9 to regular vehicles, small vehicles. They're doing I think it's $14.50 or $15 for small trucks, and then bigger trucks like $21. And it's for driving anywhere south of 60th Street.
But isn't that just going to make more traffic above 60th Street?
Exactly.
Exactly. And there's not much. I don't know if you guys ever been to Manhattan. The traffic is pretty fucking parallel above 60th and below 60th. It's not like you get uptown or that's like not even uptown, but let's just say you're uptown. It's not like the traffic is much better uptown than it is in Midtown.
Yeah.
It's like the traffic is bad all over Manhattan.
Yep.
There's hundreds of thousands of cars.
Yep.
And even more people. And most of them don't have cars.
Yeah. So that's what, I don't know. Even Jersey was trying to stop it because they were like, this is crazy. This is just going to push everybody, out of these particular areas. And it's going to force people down, other options that they wouldn't take, which then is going to cause traffic. They were complaining about air quality on their side now,
I don't get it. So that's per day. What if you live over there?
Yeah. $19, bro. I mean, $9. $9 in. Yeah, dude. Like every time you pass through there, they said they'll charge you once a day.
How are they allowed to do that?
It's like, dude, this is what I'm saying. It's crazy. They shouldn't be allowed to, but this is, it's government bloat. This is what happens. Government just wants power. Government doesn't generate money. They take money. They don't have a business. They don't sell services. They don't sell things. They just get money from us. They just take more money from us in order to do these things.
So in order for you to enter Manhattan and travel south of 60th Street,
you have to pay money.
You have to pay money.
Pay money, yep.
For the people who aren't from New York, south of 60th Street is where Times Square is.
Yeah.
That's
a good point.
Yeah.
Let's do a breakdown.
If you want to, so just like a little analysis, if you want to go to if you want to see Times Square, if you want to eat at Bubblegum Shrimp Factory,
yeah.
It's going to cost you $9 to drive into that zone.
Yeah.
If you want to go to the Macy's, if you want to see the Macy's parade, if you want to, dude, all the best things are south of 60th Street.
Yeah.
You want to go to Grace Papaya? If you want to go to the Javits Center, if you want to go to Bryant Park.
Yeah. You want to drive to the Garden? If you
Soho.
don't take the train. Yeah.
Katz Deli.
I mean,
the list
there's
goes on and on.
A lot of the reasons people come to New York is for that. So my thought is for the people that commute, they also are increasing Uber rides. I think are up $1.50 because of that. And also cab fare is up, I think 75 cents.
People still take cabs?
Yeah, people still take cabs. I took a cab the other day.
Huh.
Yeah. Took a cab the other day, and it was less money. Believe it or not.
Cheaper than Uber?
Yeah. It was less money.
Did you whistle them down?
Just waved. Just waved them down. But, I mean, yeah, it pisses me off, to be honest. I know there's some people were saying they don't mind it, because it's good for air quality. I think it's bullshit. Any reason that they have to just take more money from people pisses me off. It really does. Yeah. I just don't see it. It's expensive enough. I mean, there's already tolls to get into the city. There's tolls to get into the tunnels. There's tolls to get on the bridges. Like there's tolls everywhere.
And they're not cheap, dude.
Yeah, it's not cheap. And on top of that, if you're going to charge people like that and you're going to make it more unaffordable for people to drive in, stop letting people get murdered and attacked on the subway. Why don't you
Yeah.
make the other option safer?
Yeah, that's
know?
that's a little caveat, right? It's
People
like
are getting set on fire.
you're forcing us you're forcing us onto a subway where the public has to choke out people before they, commit crimes, or there's evil people setting sleeping women on fire.
Yeah.
This is the environment that you want me to go in. There's kids from Harlem breakdancing on this bitch and forcing me into a show.
Yeah.
You see that new comedian? There's not a new comedian, but I've seen this comedian. He's got this, like, his thing is he goes onto subways and performs like in funny costumes or like in regular clothing, and he does stand-up comedy on the subway, and like he does like Instagram reels with like the jokes.
Damn,
You're
he's
gonna-
probably gonna blow up.
He probably is. He did
Yeah.
one with the Grinch. It was hilarious. But I'm getting forced to watch all these shows I didn't buy tickets to.
Yeah. And crazy people. Did you
the
see, bro?
craziest people? That's where they live,
Bro.
They live in this subway system.
I know.
There's an entire fleet of officers whose purpose is to get these guys out of these places when they're sleeping in what they describe as their homes, and they just go from place to place just sleeping. There's people, the craziest of them all live in these fucking subways.
I know. And then we're sitting there, acting like there's no danger in being around these people.
It's crazy. This is shark infested waters.
Yeah.
It's
a zoo.
It's a zoo. And not only that, we live in New York where it's cold for a good part of the year and they can't even be in the street. So what do? They all huddle in the warm subways.
Yeah.
So it's like you're forcing us into the dragon's den.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a terrifying thing. I know I saw the other day, I saw a video of some crazy person on the subway, of course, screaming and shit. And they always have very similar behavior. It's like this psychosis, and they're just yelling and screaming. This lady's just in everybody's face, being mad aggressive. I don't know if it was a woman or it wasn't a woman. I don't know. 2024 is so weird, but it was a very strong looking potential woman. Right. And and is just like yelling at everyone. And then people are getting up from the chairs and from the seats in the subway and moving. So it goes and it sits next to these people, and the woman goes to get up. It just grabs a handful of her hair. And the woman's like, and she's just sitting there, and the woman's just riding the subway with this woman's hair held like this. And it's just people recording her. There's nobody defending her. There's nobody trying to do anything. It's just this lady with this crazy person having a fistful of her hair and just keeping her sitting next to her on the subway. I just saw that video the other day. And nobody's doing anything. Where's the Daniel Penny when you need one?
But yeah, man, we're well over the hour. I'm going to send this to Justin to edit. I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And that's it. I think we should just wrap it up here.
We'll wrap it up right here. All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll probably be filming one when this airs.
Yeah, when this airs, we'll be filming one. And I think I'm not going to fucking say it out of fear that it won't be pulled out later on. So I'm going to leave it there.
All right. Master None Podcast, episode 226, episode 227.
225, 228, 227, 225. Enter episode number here.
Yeah. So we appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure that you guys hit the like button on your way out, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video or a live stream, and listen to us on Podia. I always say that, Podia.
Yeah, you say, what's funny too? You be like, find us on Google Play Store. And I'm like, we're not on the Google Play Store, but we're on apps that are on the Google Play Store.
Hey, that works.
Yeah.
So, that's true. I'm an idiot.
Maybe I should have said something. I was like, I don't want to fucking.
All right. It's all good. Yeah, that's what we got. And if you don't find us on your favorite audio podcast listening platform, Berto.
Join the Discord and harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform. With that being said, we hope you guys all have a great night. Today is Tuesday. That's it.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Hormona.